Today, we are focusing on how businesses of all sizes can leverage enterprise grade technology and protect themselves from evolving cyber threats.
That's a common assumption, but it's no longer true. At FAM, we've taken our experience working with large enterprises and adapted it to meet the needs and budgets of small and medium sized businesses.
Now, Iqbal, let's delve deeper into managed detection and response, that is the MDR as you referred to it, how exactly they differ from traditional IT support.
MDR is proactive. Traditional IT support often waits for something to go wrong. MDR actively monitors your environment 24/7. It detects threats in real time and it responds immediately. It's like having a security operations center watching over your business without needing to build one yourself.
Hi there, business owners and managers. Are you looking to optimize your IT infrastructure and protect your businesses from cybersecurity threats? Hi, this is Kripa Anand, and welcome to the Canadian SME Small Business Podcast, where we explore the strategies and technologies that empower businesses to thrive in today's digital landscape. Today, we are focusing on how businesses of all sizes can leverage enterprise grade technology and protect themselves from evolving cyber threats. Now, recent trends highlight the increasing accessibility of powerful IT solutions for SMEs and the critical importance of robust cybersecurity measures to ensure business continuity. This discussion today will provide valuable insights into navigating these crucial areas. Joining us today is Iqbal Khan, Managing Partner at FAHM Technology Partners, a global enterprise IT solutions provider and IBM Gold Business Partner. With extensive experience in helping organizations modernize, secure, and scale their technology infrastructure, Iqbal is a valuable resource for all of our listeners. Let's dive in the episode. Firstly, Iqbal, welcome to the podcast. How are you doing today?
I'm great. Thank you for having me.
It's our pleasure. Now, Iqbal, in today's fast paced business environment, technology plays a pivotal role, especially enabling growth for smaller businesses. Right? A lot of small businesses firstly assume that enterprise tech is, out of reach and it's only for the big players out there.
Correct.
Why exactly is it so important for SMEs to consider these solutions, and how exactly is, FAM making it accessible for them? Please go ahead.
That's a common assumption, but it's no longer true. Um, uh, at FAM, we've taken our experience working with large enterprises and adapted it to meet the needs and budgets of small and medium sized businesses. Whether it's cybersecurity, cloud, or data analytics, we offer scalable right sized solutions so SMBs can leverage
Mm-hmm.
the same tools that big players use without the complexity or overhead. We have the learnings from the large organizations
Right.
and we apply them to the small and medium sized businesses. So
Mhm.
it that's in a nutshell how we would take those opportunities and leverage
Right.
them to benefit you.
Great, because that's a very important point because it's also crucial for small businesses to understand that powerful technology can also be tailored to their needs and budgets, right? Because one size doesn't fit all. And this kind of accessibility is also very valuable. So, thank you so much for sharing light on that. Now, building on the theme of IT support, let's discuss managed IT services and their benefits for SMBs. Now, in today's digital landscape, SMEs are increasingly vulnerable to cybersecurity threats, right? With AI increasing, with technology rising, cybersecurity threats are also on the rise. Now, my question to you is, what are managed IT services for all the people who are listening to this for the first time, and why should a small or a medium sized business consider outsourcing them? What's your view on that?
Well, manage IT services it pretty much means outsourcing your tech operations
Mm-hmm.
to experts who monitor, manage, and support your systems 24/7. For SMBs, like you said, it's like having a full IT department without the cost of building one in house. We handle everything from cybersecurity to system maintenance, so business owners can focus on running their company instead of worrying about the tech itself, right? So essentially, that's how we would manage that.
No, that's very interesting because as an entrepreneur, you're often juggling between so many hats and trying to do everything yourself. Even if you have to do the tech work yourself, you won't be able to focus on what truly matters, and that is growth for your business. So you guys are taking care of that. That's amazing. Now, do you have, a real world example of how FAM has helped an SMB improve their IT systems or, security posture? I'd love to understand from a real world example.
Absolutely. We recently worked with a mid-sized logistics company that had no formal cybersecurity setup.
Mhm.
Within weeks, we deployed endpoint protection, set up 24/7 monitoring through our managed detection and response (MDRs), what they refer to as,
Mhm.
and implemented secure cloud backups. They went from being highly vulnerable to fully protected and without disrupting their day-to-day operations.
Wow, that's a very practical approach. Managed services can provide SMBs with expertise and support that they may not be able to afford, in house. And this kind of support is very helpful. Hi there, business owners and managers. Are you looking to optimize your IT infrastructure and protect your business from cyber threats? Remember, enterprise grade solutions and managed services can be tailored to your needs and budget. Now, let's get back to our conversation with Iqbal and explore the cybersecurity risks facing SMBs. Now, let's shift our focus to the growing cybersecurity challenges faced by small businesses. Now, as cyber threat continues to evolve, traditional IT support often falls short in addressing the complexities of modern security risks. Now, Iqbal, why are small businesses increasingly becoming targets for cyber attacks? And what are some of the most common cybersecurity gaps that you see in these organizations?
Well, the answer is because they're often the easiest targets, right? Hackers know that small companies usually don't have the same level of protection as large corporations, but the impact can just be as devastating. Lost data, ransomware, downtime. That's why cybersecurity isn't optional anymore. Even a basic protection strategy can dramatically reduce your risk. There's many
Right.
threats happening through various forms and now get more sophisticated ways through AI that you're being attacked.
Right. So the risk now is greater than ever, and it is on us to be cautious and, have all the measures for protecting our own selves and, most importantly, our businesses. All right, let's take a short break right here. And when we come back, we'll dive deeper into managed detection and response services, exploring how businesses can stay ahead of the curve when it comes to cybersecurity. Stay with us.
Hey, you think you know UPS? Yeah, that's us. Everybody knows that. You know what you didn't know? This. Okay, try to keep up. Ocean, us. Ground, rail, air, so us. Guess who? Us. Customs cleared, borders cleared, done. Us. You still with me? Wait for it. Boom. Us. Intelligent, automated, fulfillment. Us. Yep. Healthcare too. Digital your thing? Yeah. Well, book it, ship it, track it. You feeling me yet? Yep. That's all us. That's all UPS.
Welcome back, listeners. We're continuing our conversation with Iqbal, where we'll discuss how managed detection and response services provide businesses with advanced, proactive security solutions to safeguard their operations. Let's get into it. Now, Iqbal, let's delve deeper into managed detection and response, that is the MDR as you referred to it, how exactly they differ from traditional IT support, right? First of all, for a layman who is listening to these terms for the first time, what does managed detection and response really mean, and how exactly is it different from the traditional ID setup that we see elsewhere?
MDR is proactive. Traditional IT support often waits for something to go wrong. MDR actively monitors your environment 24/7. It detects threats in real time and it responds immediately. It's like having a security operations center
Mhm.
watching over your business without needing to build one yourself.
Very interesting. That's also very helpful clarification, I'd say. Now, MDR provides a more proactive and comprehensive approach to cybersecurity. And this kind of advanced security solution is very important. So, once again, kudos to you guys for doing that. Now, Iqbal, let's move on to the topic of building resilient IT infrastructures for business growth. As businesses scale, ensuring that their IT infrastructure can handle growth without causing disruptions is crucial. For a business that's growing quickly, right, what should they think about from an IT perspective to ensure that they have a resilient and scalable infrastructure? And also, how exactly do you guys help businesses transition from, outdated systems to something more modern without, downtime?
Well, they should think about scalability. Are their systems flexible enough to grow with them?
Mm-hmm,
Can they onboard staff quickly and securely?
mm-hmm.
And is their infrastructure cloud ready? Right? At FAM, we help growing companies build strong IT foundations so that they could scale confidently without hitting tech roadblocks.
That makes sense.
Well, we take a phased approach.
Mm-hmm,
First, we assess what's working and what needs improvement.
mm-hmm.
Then we map out a migration plan that minimizes disruption. Sometimes running new and old systems in parallel until the switch is seamless.
Mm-hmm.
Communication and planning are key, and we work closely with clients every step of the way, holding their hand and essentially walking them through that journey.
That's beautiful. That's also a very strategic and future oriented approach, right? Now, scalability and minimizing disruption are essential for growing businesses, and this kind of infrastructure planning way ahead in time is very valuable. On that note, Iqbal, what is that one thing that every business owner should be doing to, future proof their tech? What advice would you give to them?
Well, my number one answer is start with cybersecurity. It's the most immediate threat
Mhm.
and the easiest place to improve. Even basic steps like using MFA, backing up data, and getting professional monitoring can make a huge difference. Then actually look at a cloud adoption. It's the
Mhm.
backbone of future ready businesses.
Great. And, a lot of our listeners will be interested in this for, if any small business owner wants to, start working with FAM, what is that one thing that they should know of and how exactly the process goes?
Well, it starts with a conversation. We do a discovery session to understand the business, which we typically call the cyber resiliency assessment.
Mm-hmm.
And we identify their pain points and where they want to go. Then we provide a tailored roadmap, no cookie cutter solutions,
Mm-hmm.
whether they need help with security, infrastructure, or just they want a second opinion on their current setup. We meet them where they are.
On that note, Iqbal, as a business owner, how would I get to know that if my system is, entirely safe? What are the right questions that I should be asking my IT provider?
Well, they should ask, are we being monitored 24/7?
Mm-hmm.
Do we have multi-layered protection?
Right.
Are our backups tested regularly?
Mm-hmm.
Do we have a response plan? If their IT provider can't answer these confidently, or worse, it doesn't bring them up. It's time to reevaluate.
Correct. Yeah, I totally agree with you, Iqbal. I think it starts with asking yourself and asking your IT provider the basic questions, the whys and the hows. And I think once that is sorted, you can actually focus on what truly matters once again, which is growth of your business. Now, before we let you go, Iqbal, what is that, couple of key takeaways that you want our listeners to take away from this entire discussion today?
Well, as we were talking throughout this interview, is that cybersecurity is more important than ever.
Right.
You're seeing many threats coming from different directions all the time. It's rampant, pretty much. You've got various attacks coming from email phishing,
Yeah.
through mobile, and various other forms of cyber attacks that are happening. You need to protect your front gate. Essentially, that's what we say at FAM is protect your front gate. Give us the opportunity to come in and give you an assessment, understand the landscape of where your infrastructure, the way it's set up right now, so that we can give you a full, blueprint and a map on how you can attack those invaders from coming in. I'll give you an example. Recently with the advancement of AI,
Right.
security has become more rampant, or threats have become more rampant. You're seeing people who are emulating voices now,
Exactly.
emulating visuals to basically get to their individual representatives or to get to their fellow colleagues to get them to approve things like sign off on invoices and checks.
Right.
So you want to be able to protect yourself from all those various endpoints. So now what we're saying is that make sure that you're protected, have the basics, give us the opportunity to give you that assessment, and then make the decision on what the right tools are to be, placed in. You asked earlier about what I see 20 years from now in terms of where the landscape is. I think we're going to see a whole new world, right? With, again, AI being at the forefront of everything. You have quantum computing that IBM is now rolling out. You have quantum computing, but you're going to have, attacks also at that sophisticated level too. So you need to be able to be set up. Your basics need to be set up.
Right.
You can't have an organization, multi-million-dollar organization, without having the basic alarm security set up to be able to, protect the invaders from not getting in, right? Or getting in, essentially. So that's my my perspective, is that making sure that you're foolproof, and helping let organizations like us help you be ready.
You're making lives easier for everyone, and that's pretty avid. Iqbal, thank you so much for sharing your expertise with us today. It was an absolute pleasure having you on the podcast.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
All right, that was an insightful conversation with Iqbal Khan, managing partner at FAHM Technology Partners, on leveraging enterprise grade technology, addressing cybersecurity risks, and building resilient IT infrastructure for growth. His experience provides valuable guidance for businesses looking to thrive in the digital age. Thank you so much for tuning in to the Canadian SME Small Business Podcast. We really appreciate your continued support. Be sure to subscribe to our podcast for more expert insights and resources that can help your business thrive. Also, don't forget to visit our website, CanadianSME.ca. And of course, a very special thank you to our podcast partners, RBC, UPS, and Google, for their ongoing commitment to empowering small businesses in Canada. Until next time, keep innovating and striving for success. And we'll see you in the next episode. Kripa Anand signing off.